We go up to Winnipeg to play against the Jets on the 2-game series and back-to-back. And this time, the Winnipeg Jets did get the revenge against the Florida Panthers, and they did win this one 6-3 over the Panthers. There was a hat trick in this game, and there was also the first of the goals that one of their lines got with two empty netters. But the saving grace is our power play. Our power play was really good, and despite giving up a power play goal, our penalty kill was absolutely amazing tonight. Again, despite giving up just one power play goal. So overall, not a bad performance by the Florida Panthers. What I do really appreciate is their comeback and their urgency to make this comeback against the Jets. It was a nice effort by them, and I'm really happy. They did not give up. They had the urgency to try and make this comeback, but beating the Jets in Winnipeg, that's tough, and especially if they're definitely one of the best teams in the league right now. They're now 16-3. They're now 16-3 to start the season, man. That's nuts. That is absolutely nuts. That's the team that might win the President's Trophy. And if I was Winnipeg, don't win the winners. Do not. Let me rephrase it. Do not win the President's Trophy. Okay? If you're going to win a Stanley Cup, leave the President's Trophy thing alone. Trust me. I'm the Panthers fan for a long time that been through a President's Trophy season. Trust me. And then speaking of President's Trophy, we've beaten two President's Trophy teams back to back to get to the Stanley Cup. Remember the Boston Bruins, that Boston Bruins thing where they had a 3-1 lead and they blew it against us. Remember the Rangers? They were the best team in the league, and we beat them to go to the Stanley Cup. I'm just saying. So Winnipeg's a good team. They got the great players. They got Mark Scheifele, Shefali, there we go. Scheifele, whatever. I try my best. Kyle Connor. They're basically their top line is just dominant. Okay. You got Bobrovsky going up against Hellebuck again. The matchup again. Panthers were starting to make some shots in first. They were looking to get their first opening goal. Problem is, Hellebuck is saving pucks, and as aggressive as Florida is, a couple of things that stood in the way, and that is Connor Hellebuck and apparently the post, because that seems what we're good at hitting tonight. Unfortunately, in the first period, we do get a goal, and it's Kyle Connor with the backhands, and Winnipeg leads 1-0 already to start the game with, and Kyle Connor is the sole point guy in this one. But also bad news is 3 minutes later we do get another goal by Winnipeg. He is assisted by Josh Morrissey. That's his 16th assist of the season, and Gabriel Velarde. That's his 8th assist of the season. Off the wrist shot, one of 3 goals to start the game is Mark Scheifele. I try my best. I know how it's pronounced, but I cannot seem to do it. I apologize. So he gets his first goal of the game, his 10th goal of the season, and that's where we leave it with going into the second period being down 2-0. No penalties in the first period. No penalties in the first period. However, in the second period, there would be penalties. It is a double penalty after a Kyle Connor shot to Bobrovsky, which is something happens. So Balinskis gets called for a trip against Scheifele. I've tried. But also, too, Evan Rodriguez gets called for a rough against Dylan DeMello. He he removes himself. He removes the helmet of DeMello, and Winnipeg goes on a 5-on-3 immediately. First penalties of the game. Winnipeg goes on a 5-on-3. 5-on-3. In that 5-on-3, Kyle Connor with the wrist shot. Ehlers with the wrist shot, and Kyle Connor again with all of them with the wrist shots. Bobrovsky saved all of them, and he was able to stop the puck. Perfetti with the wrist shot, as well as back-to-back with seconds later. Bobrovsky has those things. But man, what a kill. Yes, despite that, Winnipeg with potentially a Stanley Cup, a President's Trophy caliber season that they have, the Florida Panthers killed off a 5-on-3 penalty against the Winnipeg Jets, a full 2-minute 5-on-3 penalty, by the way. They killed it off. They were able to kill it off. So that's amazing. More penalties that happened. Nikola and Niederreiter both were called for a roughing. They both go to the bench. And this is when the icing happened. They both, doing that, and they were jawing at each other. And actually, when they went to the penalty box, those two were jawing at each other in the penalty box as well. So they hate each other. So it becomes a 4-on-4, and nothing really happened in the nothing happened in the 4-on-4. There was a couple of shots there and there. There was one shot on target which was saved by Hellebuck, but Verhaeghe hit the post. That would have given them a 2-1 half lead. Now so 4-on-4 would be expired, but another penalty. This time it's solely on Niederreiter. Niederreiter himself, he gets called for a trip against Barkov. Florida goes on the power play, and that power play is killed off with Winnipeg's penalty kill. Forsling does try to get the shot off after, or was it after? It was just before the power play ends, but it hit the crossbar again. And then Dmitry Kulikov, a little bit after that, with a frustration tripping call against names Nikov. Looked like a little bit of an embellishment from him, from names Nikov. But Winnipeg goes on a power play. Scheifele with the wrist shot that was saved by Bobrovsky. Morrissey with the wrist shot that was also saved by Bobrovsky. Those were amazing saves. He was out of position. He got back into position, but in the end, he gets his second goal of the game. He is assisted by Morrissey again. That's his 17th assist, and Ehlers' 12th assist of the season. And Scheifele with a snapshot to get his second goal of the game, his 11th of the season, and it's a power play goal for Winnipeg. We are down 3-0. However, 2 minutes later, Florida does get on the board, so at least we're not going to lose in a shutout. At least that's something we can brag about. He is assisted by Tomas Nosek. That's his second assist, and Nate Schmidt's 4th assist of the season. And off the wrist shot, it's AJ Greer with his second goal of the season. But when AJ Greer shot that, it was actually ricocheted off one of the players. I think it was Lowry. Lowry was right there when the puck was coming towards the Blue Chris, and it's an own goal. It was an own goal, but considering that AJ Greer was the last person that shot the puck, he gets credit for the goal. But it's an own goal. But either way, Florida does get on the board. It's 3-1 Winnipeg. Winnipeg would try to get a response. Bobrovsky was right there for most of it. Sam Bennett would try to get that one in, but that was saved by Hellebuck. And Barkov tries to get him up, but that was also saved by Hellebuck. But that's how the second period ends. Still down by 2, despite giving up the third goal in the second period. There will be a little bit of scuffle, but nothing crazy. Third period, Bobrovsky. Actually, funny thing is, When Bobrovsky tried to clear it, it actually went straight to Hellebuck, and Hellebuck would clear that out of there. I'm not kidding you. Bobrovsky actually has a shot on target. And that happened a minute and 31 into the third period. Not joking. He got a shot on target, Bobrovsky. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. 5 minutes into the third period, Perfetti gets called for a hook against Jesper Boquist. Florida goes on the power play. They hit the post earlier, and then in this power play, they hit the post again. Off the post, on the left post by Matthew Tkachuk. I mean, how is this happening? How is this happening? I just keep wondering myself. But in the end, they would eventually get this goal. It is a power play goal. He is assisted by Barkov. That's his 15th assist of the season. And Matthew Tkachuk's 8th assist of the season. And off the snapshot, he is he's too good. He is way too good. And I give a lot of props to Bill Zito for getting that contract in for 8 more years. Sam Reinhart's 14th goal of the season. It's a power play goal. He is incredible. He's on pace. He really is on pace for that, for the 60-goal season if he keeps this up. So it's a power play goal for Florida. But bad news, Lothringen gets a hook against Colin Miller, and Winnipeg goes on the power play. Now, couple of problems in this penalty kill. First off, they only cleared it once, and that was early. The rest of the time, Winnipeg was in the offensive zone. Florida was never able to clear that puck away. During that stretch, though, Morrissey with the slap shot, that was saved by Bobrovsky. Ehlers with the wrist shot, it hit the post. And as I say, Morrissey with the slap shot, that was saved by Bobrovsky. Not able to clear the puck. The penalty is killed off, though. The penalty is killed off. But again, the puck was not able to be cleared. Lothringen came in. He was just able to make it in. But the problem is they have a Panther killer on the ice, and that's Mark Scheifele. And inevitably, they would get this goal, and he gets a hat trick. That's his 3rd goal of the game. He is assisted by Ehlers. That's his 13th assist. Kyle O'Connor's 12th assist of the season. He gets his 12th goal of the season, and that's his 3rd goal of the game, and that's a hat trick. He gets a hat trick in this game against the Florida Panthers. Great. Not able to clear the puck hurt us a lot. It really hurt us a lot, man. If there's anything that I can agree with, is that was the turning point, and definitely hurt our chances to make this comeback. Well, more to make this comeback. Kupari with the tip in, but that was saved by Bobrovsky. There will be a penalty on Winnipeg. Roughly 6 minutes later, Morrissey gets called for a trip against Mikkola. And Florida goes on a 6-on-4 power play, and they score on this power play, 6-on-4 power play. He is assisted by Verhaeghe. That's his 9th assist of the season, and Sam Bennett's also 9th assist of the season. And off the wrist shot, it's Matthew Tkachuk with his 5th goal of the season. We're back down by 1. It's now 3-4 Winnipeg. Panthers itching closer like they were. But then Namestnikov with the tripping goal against Balinskis. Florida with another 6-on-4 opportunity. Unfortunately, they were not able to get closer to the goal net. Adam Lowry gets the puck, and he gives it to Morgan Barron. And Morgan Barron was trying to aim for the net. Instead, he shoots the puck towards the wall, and I gotta tell you, that was some great aim and great ricochet from the puck to the wall, because that winds up going into the back of net, and he will score. Adam Lowry's 10th assist of the season, and his first goal of the season is Morgan Barron. He didn't even score at all in this season, and he gets his first one. It's still a 6-on-4 power play, and Morgan Barron scores again off the empty net. Never scored a single goal in the season. He gets 2 empty netters, 2 shorthanded empty netters in this game. So by that, I said, well, good try, Panthers. I mean, seriously, that was a really good try to make this comeback. But in the end, Winnipeg was resilient. It kind of reminded me of last season, the game 2 of the season when I was on the cruise in Mexico and Los Angeles. It kind of reminded me of that, where we had empty netter, we were inching closer, but in the end, with the couple of empty netters that Winnipeg has against us, that hurt us. Yeah, that kind of has that similarity. Maybe we go back to Stanley Cup. Maybe this is a Stanley Cup preview. Well, I don't know. Man. Appleton with the snapshot, though, Saber Brodsky, and that's it. Final score of this game is 6-3. Winnipeg, they got the revenge against the Florida Panthers. We don't want to talk much about I'll just do it. 27 shots on target for Winnipeg, 23 for Florida. Face-off wins, Florida with the face-off advantage, with Winnipeg with 26. We have 35. We have 36 hits. They have 20. Each team has 4 power play opportunities. We got 2. They got 1. And like I said earlier, Morgan Barron with 2 shorthanded empty netters on 6-on-4. Both teams with 5 penalties. Both teams with 10 minutes. 16 block shots for Florida, 10 block shots for Winnipeg, 3 takeaways from each side, 16 giveaways from Florida, 17 giveaways for Winnipeg. And stars of the game, Mark Scheifele with his 1 star. 2 stars goes to Kyle Connor. 3 stars, you got to give it to Morgan Barron, I guess. Regroup, play again on Thursday. We go to Chicago to play against, Connor Bedard, which we know he's going to have a bright future. I don't know whether or not this is ESPN Plus Hockey Night. It looks like it because it says Hulu. So but also too, this says it is a 8:30 start time in this game. Florida versus Chicago, and it's not loading, so I can't really tell you. Maybe if I refresh it. But it looks like it's going to be an ESPN Plus Hockey Night. So if you have ESPN Plus, tune in on Thursday, which is 8 of... Yeah, it looks like it's a ESPN Plus Hockey Night on ESPN Plus. So we go up against Connor Bedard, Ryan Donato, just to name a few. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Good game, Winnipeg. You definitely earned this win. And again, I do apologize if I keep butchering the names. I'm not good with hockey names, okay? Even if I do the research. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this one. If you have enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe for content, because Miami TVG guys are back. And when it does, hit it right there with the free entertainment you deserve. Tomorrow, we're off. So maybe I'll put a TikTok short. We'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it. And I'll see you guys on Thursday. Good night, everybody.